Hello, everybody, and welcome to the July League semifinals. We have Black Sky Doc on Doomsday against the eternally surprised on Jeskai Stoneblade. My name is Mr. Jack Dax, as always, and I have with me Cathor. How you doing, Cathor?
Great, thanks for asking. Oh, I just wanted to say something about the decks, but the players are already beginning with Underground Sea, Dark Ritual, Doomsday.
What a
So
strong
that's
start.
and there's no force in Eternity's hand. So that's an uphill battle that you have to win against with Stoneblade.
Oh yeah,
So
it's actually pretty crazy. I mean, turn one Doomsday usually means they have the nuts. Black Sky probably has an Edge of Autumn in hand or a Street Wraith. Some mana generation, I would imagine. I'm imagining this pile is probably going to be Ideas Unbound, LED, um, maybe a Street Wraith in there, and
it
just
kind
Thassa's
of
Oracle and a
it
Pact.
kind of depends. Against boss decks, you usually don't want to make ideas and bound piles. So you just put like Street Wraith, Edge of Autumn, and hope that you have the mana to cast the um, Thassa's Oracle. So like he has no Cavern of Souls in his deck, so he doesn't. He
Not main
knows
board at
Etern.
least.
Yeah. So it depends, and also you have to be sure that if Eternally starts off the Wasteland, you have to put enough mana into your pile to win because
Yeah, you gotta do
that's
that double LED pile. Yeah, that's a classic.
yeah, like you are not allowed to forget that you might have uh, you're not supposed to forget there's Thassa's Oracle. That's something that you can do to lose. So it's not always as easy as people want. Yeah, make it look like, because you can mess up piles very badly.
Yeah, there's a lot of variance in this deck, more than you would actually think.
Yeah.
Usually, a lot of the gameplay just revolves around the pile making itself. The pile is actually really hard to make. I did play Doomsday for a little bit. I started checking up reps because I thought I was going to do it for the 100K. Um, and man, oh man, I did not realize how much math goes into those piles. I ended up reading
Oh
like
yes.
websites about like, okay, what's in your hand? How does it work? Versus, um, ooh, it seems like Eternally is talking about bug on his hand. Good old little ladybug. But just so many things like go into the piles of like what's in the hand. Oh, you got double cantrip. Okay, you can build one of these piles. Oh, you don't have double cantrip. Do you have double cycle? Oh, then you can build one of these piles. Oh, you don't have either of those. Your pile goes into this like derogatory like you go down this pile route. It's actually really interesting to think about.
The piles, building piles, if the opponents don't interact with you, is easy. That's the easiest thing to do. But like if the opponents have a wasteland, also will endurance, stifle, um, I don't know, like the torpor orb. What kind of pile do you have to
Torpor is the
build? What
worst. Oh lord, I hate that
Uh,
card.
I lost to Top Orb a few days ago. I thought seized. Then I made the Oracle, made Doomsday, and he hit Top Orb with a Brainstorm on top, and I was like, no.
Yeah, I just concede there. I don't have any removal. I don't know what to do here. Yeah, usually my piles involve like pact and negation, an LED, that or I would have like double lotus petal piles.
Yeah,
Always fun. Always pact. The pact has to be in there. Like half the time I'm like I'm just making pact. It's in my pile. I need to counter whatever heck they're thinking they're gonna do. I got stifled once and I had to counter it with pact. It was pretty funny.
it's so funny. Like we also had to make like piles where we were able to like cycle in response if they draw something nasty, so we can Dark Ritual to pay for Force of Will because we
Yeah.
didn't have a blue card, and we can do all kinds of things. But the thing is about Doomsday pilots, the pilots usually take a minute or two, but the games are not that long.
Yes.
Because after the pilots resolve, the games are, yeah,
After the
pretty
power
fast.
resolve is that the game's like, okay, do you win? Do you lose?
Yeah.
How many cards do you have? Oh, they don't have these cards in their deck? I wonder what's in this deck.
Also, a lot of players always want to counter the Doomsday. Sometimes if you have some kind of interaction, if you say, okay, yeah, I pass immediately and no interaction, they might go for the Ideas Unbound pile with the LED. And the most annoying thing
Oh,
is,
there's the wasteland.
told you, I hope he has enough mana in his pile. That's
I mean,
um,
you just need LED on top, and then you just cycle, and then crack LED while you're cycling. The ideas inbound. It's fine, right?
yeah, he didn't have a force just now.
Oh, there's the LED.
Yeah. Do we have the cycler? No, we have to ponder
We're
and in response
pondering, and
back.
in response, yeah. Okay,
Okay, so
let's see what we're doing here.
we need a pedal, a cycler, and oracle. Oh
There.
no, we only have 3 cards
Yep.
left now.
Yep.
So that's pedal.
That's gonna be pedal, and then we just complete the Thassa's Oracle, and the last card's probably Pact of Negation or something.
Yeah, probably.
And there's game one. As you
Ooh.
can see, these games go pretty fast when you're playing Doomsday. Your all-in pile is your all-in pile, and if you screw up your pile making skills, you just go to the next game. It's like goldfishing with yourself sometimes.
I mean, it's for a reason that Black Skydog is the first seed in this July league.
Yeah, it's a good deck.
It's a good deck. Currently, Eternally and we are both playing Doomsday and testing it. So we are like exchanging pile ideas and situations, and it's not easy.
Oh, it
And
is really not.
Black Skydog is really good with that. Sometimes he makes really fast piles. So
Wow.
let's look at sideboarding options. From Eternally, we have Engineered Explosives, Blazing Volley, Gravedigger's Cage, Hydroblast, Meltdown, Pithing Needle, Pyroblast, Surgical, Containment Priest, Lavinia, Meddling Mage, Wear and Tear, Batterskull. What do you want to see?
I really
So,
want to see. I'd say Meddling Mage, Pithing
yeah.
Needle, and Surgicals.
Pyroblast, maybe?
Power Blast maybe, because you're not countering anything but the Thassa's Oracle,
No, you
really.
can counter the Pact, the Force,
Yeah.
the cantrips. You can kill the Oracle with the trigger on the stack if the library is not empty.
Yep.
So that's something I would take.
Yeah.
Maybe Lavinia because they can't force you.
I really like Surgical just because you just can Surgical
Mess up
their
piles.
pedal. Yeah, just Surgical their pedal and see what happens.
That's an option. Okay, so we have a few cards.
Yeah.
And what do you not want? Jitter is something that you don't want.
Yeah, Jit you don't care about.
Wards,
Uh,
prismatic ending. Maybe they keep the ending if they play a pedal, but you can kind of get rid of all the moms.
yeah, moms can go out. They're not relevant at all.
So
Narset can stay. She's relevant.
yeah, sure.
Uh,
So we have the moms endings and swords and the
yeah,
jitter.
that's what I'm thinking. I actually would
And
probably get rid of all the swords. I mean, you're not playing it.
yeah.
How often is Doomsday actually going to cast that Street Wraith? The answer is not really that often. I've done it once to kill someone, but that's it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, in theory, you could also get rid of the whole Stoneforge package,
You
in my
could.
opinion.
Yeah.
Okay. So from Skydog's side, we have Massacre, Force of Negation, Pyroclasm, Surgical, Red Blast, Pyroblast, Gravedigger's Cage, Flusterstorm, Duress, and Cavern.
I like Duress, Flusterstorm, and Cavern of Souls.
I also like Massacre
Massacre is fun. Massacre is fun.
because the deck lists are open, so he knows there's a
Mhm.
Meddling Mage. And Pyroclasm is also something if you want to kill Lavinia, something like this. But maybe just a Massacre to get rid of the Meddling Mage. That would be enough.
Yeah, I mean,
And
Pyroclasm is a bit harder to cast because we're running one Volk, and that's it. So if the Volk
yeah,
gets wasted, we're screwed. Those
just
are
just
dead
the
cards.
yeah, Massacre something. Maybe Force of Negation is bad because you want to
Yeah.
protect your own turn. So
I mean, if
who
you're
has
against
Cavern?
if you're against a deck that did like Thoughtseize or anything, I'd bring Force Negation here, because you're on the draw. So I would protect my hand as much as I could, but it's not really super relevant for this matchup here.
You kind of want to keep a critical mass of cards in your
Yes.
hand, so because of this, against you, the only thing that you don't want to see is a Narset,
Yes.
and most of the other cards you don't care about. Like even a Thought, Thoughtseize is like if it's, oh, okay,
That's
that's a
hard.
bad.
It's pretty bad in this matchup, but that's a card.
Yeah.
All you have to do is make sure Modeling Mage never resolves. That's it.
Uh,
It's
a lot
fine.
of people hate to play against the untapped Mother of Wounds, but I I don't play a single deck that's like bad. Like has a problem with Mama. Colorless decks, Doomsday,
Oh, we're
and
Dark
Miracle.
Ritualing. We're Doomsday on turn one. I
Oh, that
that this hand must be nutty. That or Doc is really, really trying to bait out a Force of Will.
oh, it resolves.
Okay. Okay, that's a
Oh,
curiosity in and of itself.
don't
Uh,
forget the Dark Ritual too.
yeah, yeah.
But he plays a basic swamp. That's
Yes.
something that you don't
Don't see
see
it. You see the four underground seas
often.
more often. Yeah, four underground seas, and you usually see one island if you see any basics at
Yeah.
all.
Most decks currently do not, but I also always play my basic island because it's my favorite island. It's the Mirage artwork.
Why do you play the basic island? I just really like the art. There's no reason. I just want the art in my deck, please.
When I played Miracles in the Oko era, I never played snow covered basics because I hated the I hated to play snow covered basics instead of the John Avon lands. So I said fuck it. I don't care if my opponent knows I'm not on Snowco. I don't care.
Yeah, no, I was the same way with Stoneblade. I couldn't get rid of my foil basics. I just loved them too much, and I didn't want to get stuck with snow covered. So I'm like, I'm gonna use mine. I have Mercadian Mask and Odyssey foil lands for islands, and then I have arena promos for the plains. I'm like, I'm not getting rid of these. I don't care. I don't care if it's technically a little bit better marginally, because I can trick my opponent that I'm on something else. I'm gonna play my lands. These are mine.
So what do you do in Gydoc's position right now? Do you go for like he can't use his swamp to do anything of relevance? So do you make a pile where you have like a duress or thoughtseize because you want to use your black mana somehow?
Yeah, I think this is a pile with like Massacre, if it's in here. This is like a Massacre pile. Massacre, probably, uh, probably a Lotus Petal and a Cavern of Souls somewhere in there, and then the Thassa's Oracle and a Pact. It's going to be a very slow pile, I imagine.
I have to think, do you really want the pact? Like, what does Eternally have that you want to pact against if you have the Cavern of Souls?
You want to Pact against Meddling Mage if it's somewhere around. Assuming you have nothing to counter that Meddling Mage in your hand. And assuming
Yeah.
that Massacre is cast and you have nothing in response, and they just force it or daze it. These are all real. These are all real problems that you could have.
True. Because I'm also always thinking to put a fetch land and a like a underground sea into the pile to,
That's a fun one. No, that's a fun alternative.
but okay, he put the Dark Ritual in the pool, so I'm so looking forward to be playing on camera soon with my artwork Doomsday. Okay, so we see the
Pyroblast is brought in.
Pyroblast and Red
Oh,
Blast.
Pact
So
isn't
the
in there.
pact is not in there.
Huh.
Told you.
But LED is in this pile. I don't see it in there. I don't see an LED in there.
Okay.
No, wait, no. There's an LED at the top, at the very top by the Pyridine, to the
Okay,
left of what he's pointing at. He's pointing at
they're counting the dazes, so he has
daisies.
one daze in hand, probably.
We're in pile. You don't know. Not that it's useful here. The Doc did bring in the Flusterstorm. We do see it. There is a Force of Will in the pile.
Okay.
Well, I'm more surprised by the amount of Lotus Petals that are not in the pile right now. It concerns me somewhat. There's an idea of
Nah,
yes.
like if you play Lavinia, you can't play Lotus Petals anymore.
That's true.
So
It makes me wonder what's in Doc's hand. All the underground seas are in the yard. So I can see 1, 2, 3. So it means snow-covered island is in hand. I don't see it in the yard. Or exile zone. Whatever you want to call this. The showing zone. I don't see it in there.
The revealed zone. No, this is the exile pile.
The revealed zone.
The revealed zone.
Yes.
Okay.
Um,
I mean, Eternally has a 10-turn clock.
yeah, yeah.
That's nothing to be
Nothing. Yeah.
underestimating.
Got a Volk. And we're going to swing it for one. These are real damage points now.
Yes. The clock is on. Oh, just passing. That's not what you want to see.
I do have to wonder what's in Eternally Surprise's hand.
Also,
Three
turn
cards.
one mom.
Hmm.
Yes.
Oh, we have a
There's a
fetch.
fetch.
We have a fetch. Okay, that's interesting.
And he's using the swamp to duess him. That's
That's an interesting choice. So we must have put a basic island in the pile.
maybe he made a pass pile
Yeah, maybe.
because the highest amount of okay
We are dazing. Interesting.
is he fetching in response?
I think so.
I think so. Yeah.
So yes, there's an island in the pile. So this pile must really not matter order-wise, considering that we have 3 in pile.
Yeah.
And I assume we pay it. Yeah, yeah. We have a mana floating. We're gonna.
Okay.
Is that give up?
Wasteland. Nope, that's revealing hand to duress, so you can only take Force of Negation.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And he has Stoneforge and Kaldor, which is bad because the Wasteland is a dead card here.
Wasteland is dead. It does make mana to cast Force Negation, though, technically speaking.
Yeah.
Absolutely horrible card here, but yeah. It is a thing.
Okay, so Eternally didn't play the Stoneforge Mystic to protect, to be able to Force of Negation the Doomsday, like any kind of spells, like the Ideas Unbound or something.
Yeah.
And be proof against days. But in his stead, I might have just played the Stoneforge Mystic to get on the clock.
Yeah, I probably would have played the Stoneforge Mystic and then fetched for Battered Skull and then just messed with Black Sky because I probably would have just like thrown in the Cauldron and murdered them.
Because now.
Are we gonna fail to find here?
The thing is, like, because he dazed, like,
Yeah.
if he didn't daze, he would have had Force of Negation Hardcast open or daze with Stoneforge Mystic still up.
Yeah, it was totally possible. The mana was there for the hardcast days.
So another black.
Edge of Autumn? Alright.
Okay, that's a black mana in the pool.
Looking good. I'm assuming we're gonna see. Oh, okay. That black mana does nothing for us if we're trying to cast Oracle. Ooh.
Okay.
Oh.
He still has the black mana floating.
Oh. That's a dangerous pile.
Kind of is. Because he shuffled and he had 2 Cyclers and an Oracle in the pile.
That is a dangerous pile. I am a little confused by Black Sky Doc's list. So there must be like a deck list error or something because there is 2 islands in play, and there are clearly 2 islands. There are clearly 1 island and 1 swamp in their deck list. So I'm a little confused to see how this all works.
So did he submit the deck wrong?
I wonder if the deck list was submitted wrong.
Maybe. Because I only see 2 snow-covered basics in the list. Was the list maybe changed after submission?
Yes, more than likely.
Because
more than likely.
Give me a second, because sometimes I make screenshots of all the submissions.
Much appreciated. For those still watching,
July.
we got to double check our deck list because considering we do have the deck list on the side for both of these, and in the version I'm looking at, there is only one swamp and one island. Both snow covered. That is relevant. But as far as I'm aware, I do not believe Black Sky registered a deck list with two islands. I could be wrong. We could be using an outdated deck list. These things do happen.
Hmm. No, I don't have them. I think I stopped doing that after a while because that was like uh making 16 screenshots every month additionally. I have them for March and April.
Well, we'll double check with Black Sky Doc to make sure the deck list issue is resolved. This is just a submitting issue because the Black Sky did play this whole deck list throughout this whole entire event for the league, at least for the top 8. So we do know this is the correct deck. We just have a deck list issue. So that's something we'll have to
Yes.
fix. Not
But
to worry.
that's something that sometimes happens if you like for big events that also happens with a lot of people, but if you just like at work you have to submit in 24 hours the deck list that you are playing. And sometimes you change around a few things and you just don't notice these kind of mistakes. In a big tournament, the consequences would be a little bit harsher than here,
Yes.
but we are playing for honor and glory, so we'll check with Black Skydock.
Of course. And that'll be it from us, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful time watching, and we'll see Black Sky Doc moving on to the finals. Who will be playing against, we'll soon to find out from the semifinals of the other side of this bracket. Once again, my name is Mr. Jack Dax, and this is the lovely Cather above. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching our July League semifinals. And hopefully, let us be your local meta. Check us out on Discord and Twitter and everything else below.
Perfect. See you around.